Okay, folks, so I've come to this conclusion. After going back and forth several times, let me fix my light. There it is. Sorry, guys. Several times with my community, okay? I've tried to explain the redistricting. I've tried to explain that we are no longer in Jim Crow. I've tried to explain that no one is taking our voting rights away. I'm trying to explain that no one's taking us back to slavery. I'm trying to explain to them that the redistricting is actually a plus and a positive thing. But here's what I'm getting, okay? And this is the conclusion that I've come to. And Black conservatives or any other, anybody else out there, okay? It doesn't have to just be Black conservative. Conservatives, period. Here's the conclusion that I've come to. Some people just don't want better. Some people are content living the way they live. People are content with the filth and the crime. Some people are content being abused. There was a song, some of them want to use you, some of them want to be used by you, some of them want to abuse you. Remember that? Yeah. That's it. Sweet dreams are made of these. Who am I to disagree? You guys know that, right? So I've come to the conclusion, and this is what the people have shown me, okay? Because it's been several. They don't want better. They don't want to improve their life. They want to stay in the same condition. They want handouts. They want the government to provide for them. They have no incentive on doing better because they don't want to. Even though we've tried to explain to them so many times that, listen, life, family, God, family, freedom. We are free. There's no Jim Crow. No one's taking us back to slavery. No one's taking our voting rights. It's really a good thing so we can help improve education in your cities. Like Memphis. Memphis is fighting tooth and nail to stay oppressed, which I don't even believe oppression is out here. And here's the thing. They oppress themselves. They want the living conditions. They don't want to do better. They don't want better for the children. They don't. I was having this conversation with my husband. He's from a small town in Louisiana. He was telling me about that small town mindset where this is their condition, and some of them will kill you for trying to break them out of that mindset. Because I find myself being exhausted trying to explain and trying to pull people up. Like, no, come over here with us. It's great. The sun is shining. The grass is green. Jesus is king and he's blessing. And we don't, we're not in turmoil. We don't feel the things that you feel. We feel free. We feel life. We love our brothers and sisters in Christ. We love our American brothers and sisters. We love our patriots. Everybody is united. They don't want that. They don't want that. And I've had to, come to grips with this myself. Have you ever been in a situation where you want better than a person wants for themselves? Like I'm fighting, I'm exhausting myself trying to make them want better, trying to make them want what America does have to offer. You can go open a business at any time. You can go open a nonprofit. You can do anything. No one is holding anybody back. You can go to any school. Matter of fact, you've got YouTube University. You don't even need college anymore. You can do all things, for one, through Christ. That strengthens you. But you have got to want it. And I see that they don't want it. Again, they want the crime. They want the filth. They want that stigma. They want the victimhood. They want the handouts. They don't want to be productive. They want the socialism. And I've also, and they don't want to do better because they want something to protest about. They want something to whine about. And another thing, all while they're wanting that and wanting to stay in that position, they're going to complain about the ones who do want it. So they're gonna B and C about those who do get out here and get it. And they're gonna talk down on them, and they're gonna be jealous, and they're gonna make it seem like those people who are doing well have sold their soul. Even though people gotta understand this, God blesses too. Jesus blesses. Matter of fact, his blessings are more abundant because you don't have to do any rituals or sacrifices to gain God's blessings, to get God's blessings. He just said, keep my commandments. But he does. And so even when you're doing that and God is blessing, they're going to they're going to try to come take it, because that's their mindset, accuse and take. Anyway, I just, thought I'd share that with you guys. This is what I've come to. They don't want change. They want to stay in the slums. They want that living condition. They want the crime. They don't want anyone to tell them to do better. They don't want to do better. And again, and some of them will take you out for trying to help them improve their life. They don't want it. Just like Spencer Pratt said when he told that lady Rama, "Why you want to go down there in LA under the bridge and give therapy? You will get stabbed in the neck because they don't want therapy. They want meth and they want fentanyl." He said super meth. Well, these people that I'm talking about, in their mindset, they want victimhood. They want poverty. This is what they want. They want socialism. And they want something to hate and blame. They're never going to get up and do anything. All they're going to do is complain and blame. And that's the Democratic Party. So at this point, let them be. Let them be. And we just make sure our walk is good with God. And I want to encourage everybody, stop exhausting yourself. Stop exhausting yourself trying to pull people out of the fire. Some people just want to be there. They want to be there. Anyway, that's all my thoughts. Come here.